Hi, in the previous video we learned that square numbers and square roots are closely connected. For example, when we square 8 we get 64, and when we find the square root of 64 we get back 8, right? So one operation takes us forward while the other brings us back. That is why finding the square root is called the inverse operation of squaring a number. In this video, we are going to learn an interesting method to find the square root of a number by successively subtracting odd natural numbers, right? So, before we begin, let us quickly recall a concept that we learned in one of the videos. We learned that every perfect square can be written as the sum of successive odd natural numbers starting from 1. For example, 1 is 1 square. When we add 1 and 3, we get 4, that is 2 square. When we add first 3 odd natural numbers, that is 1, 3 and 5, we get 9, that is 3 square. And when we add first 4 odd natural numbers, that is from 1 to 7, like 1, 3, 5 and 7, we get 16, which is 4 square, right? So notice something very interesting here. To get square root of 16 or 4 to the power 2 or 4 square, we added 4 successive odd natural numbers, that is 1, 3, 5 and 7, right? Similarly, to get 9 or 3 square, we added 3 successive odd natural numbers, that is 1, 3 and 5, right? This is exactly the idea that we are going to use today. So if you have not watched that video yet, I will provide its link in the video description. I recommend watching this first because it makes today's method much easier to understand. Now let us come to the main idea. Okay, here we reverse the process. You can think of this method as walking backwards. Earlier, we reached a square number by adding odd natural numbers. Now we are walking backwards by subtracting the same odd natural numbers until we reach 0. Okay, so instead of adding successive odd numbers, we will subtract successive odd numbers one by one. We will start by subtracting 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, and so on. Okay, if we finally reach 0, then the number is a perfect square, right? Also, the number of subtraction steps required to reach 0 gives us the square root of that number. Let us understand this with examples. Let us find out square root of 16. So we start with 16. In first step, I will subtract 1 from 16, then we get 15. For the second step, I will take 15 and subtract 3 from it, and we get 12. For the third step, we take 12 and subtract 5 from it, and we get 7. And for the fourth step, we take 7 and we subtract 7 from it, and we get 0, right? Now let us see how many steps we took to reach at 0. We have taken 4 steps to reach at 0, right? So square root of 16 is equal to number of steps to reach 0, that is 4. Okay, wasn't that simple? Let us take one more example. Let us find out square root of 64. Here also we are going to take a few steps. For the first step, I will take 64 and subtract 1. For the second step, I will take 63 and subtract 3 out of it. For the third step, I will subtract 5 from 60, right? For the fourth step, I will take 55 and subtract 7 from it. For the fifth step, I have taken 48, that is 55 minus 7 is 48. I have taken 48 and subtracted 9 from it. That's how we get 39. For the sixth step, I have taken 39 and subtracted 11 from it, and we get 28. For the step number 7, we have taken 28 minus 13. And for the step number 8, we have taken 15 minus 15, that is 0, right? Again, let us count the steps to reach 0. We reached 0 in the 8th step, right? So square root of 64 is equal to number of steps we need to take to reach at 0, that is 8, right? Now let us see what happens if the number is not a perfect square, right? Let us try under root 10. Here also we'll follow the same step. For the first step, I will subtract 1 from 10. For the second step, I will subtract 3. For the third step, I will subtract 5. And the fourth step, I will subtract 7 from 1, that is minus 6, right? Notice that this time we did not reach a 0. Instead, we reached at minus 6, right? Therefore, 10 is not a perfect square, right? And therefore, 10 does not have a perfect square root as well. Okay, so this method is useful not only for finding square roots but also for checking whether a number is a perfect square or not, right? Now it's your turn. Can you use this method to find the square roots of, let us say, 81 and square root of 121, right? You can write your answer in the comments. Okay, so in this video we have seen that every perfect square can be written as the sum of successive odd natural numbers, right? Square roots can be found by successively subtracting odd natural numbers starting from 1. If the subtraction ends at 0, the number is a perfect square. The number of subtraction steps equals the square root of the number, and if the subtraction does not end at 0, the number is not a perfect square, right? Okay, hope you understood this concept of finding square roots of a number. In the next video, we will learn more about square numbers. Thanks for watching.